Welcome again to Mace Live TV, folks. We just got back from a good Chinese lunch. All you can eat. That's a problem when you go to these all you can eat, folks. That's why my stomach's go big today. It's usually not that big. But Mace Live TV, we have Mr. Haynes, our vice chairman right here, to my left, and Ben Barnes over here, our membership director. And we want to talk a little bit about, we're in the Palm Tree Lounge, and we got some nice furniture back here. Everything's old antique marble top end tables and coffee tables. And I thought this might be appropriate in here because we're going to talk about that 800-pound gorilla that all the administrators, all the educrats, all the policymakers in Georgia, not just Georgia, but in Alabama, Pennsylvania, Ohio, California, and we got Daniel Barnes back here making all that noise. We're going to bring him in on that 800-pound gorilla because Daniel is one of Ben's children. Daniel's a smart little kid, sweet kid, and he's digging into the candy over there, and he can be a real handful. What is your daddy? What's his favorite thing, Daniel? Come on over here, Daniel. Get you in here real quick, like, okay? What do you ask him, Ben? You always say?
What does daddy believe in?
What does your daddy believe in?
Discipline.
Well, come over here and talk to the camera when they see you on camera, okay?
Okay.
All right. Now, look right into the camera right there, where Mr. JB is. What's your daddy believe in?
Discipline.
Discipline.
That's it.
Because if he didn't believe in discipline, you'd be like an 800-pound gorilla, right? You'd be running over and just tearing everything up, right? In a school system, we got 800-pound gorillas in the parlor, folks. And they're in the parlor, and no one's going to say anything. You want to sit up here? Here, you want to just sit up right here if you can, okay? And don't be knocking over stuff, okay? I've already been talking about you. And they're going to talk about what kind of shampoo we should use on the rug. They're going to talk about, well, what kind of name brand should it be? A Hoover vacuum cleaner, right? But everybody's going to ignore that we got an 800-pound gorilla, smelling, stinking, taking dumps all in the parlor, right? And now, and the educrats, the school board members, the superintendents, no, they always want to come up with all these new plans in education, right? They're going to focus on the curriculum. Mr. Haynes gets a kick out of this. What I told him a long time ago. I said, this was like an 800-pound gorilla. No one wants to talk about in that little dainty parlor. Just imagine, you got a big mansion. You got all these house servants walking around in their outfits, their little cute black and white uniforms, right?
That's right.
And they're cleaning up the house and all that. And they're, it smells something. And they smelling a big old gorilla over there. The gorilla's taking dumps right in the parlor. And no one's saying anything.
Don't even see him.
You can't have good learning conditions, folks, unless you first have good teaching conditions. And you can't have good teaching conditions unless you support the teachers when they try to set up structure and discipline and order in their classrooms. Now, these educrats, I don't think they got enough sense to pull, can I say piss out of a boot? Am I allowed to say that?
You own the company.
Well,
You want to say.
well, let's say pour Kiki out of the boot, I say, right? And you know, and they, you know, they don't seem to know their butts from deep center field. I'm talking about Arne Duncan and all these people who think they know something about education. Who's that lady, Michelle Reed? She's out there trying to go talk to the Georgia legislators, and they about ran around. They did run around. Well, they ran the mayor out, and he appointed her, right?
Exactly.
In Washington D.C.
That's right.
Had horrible discipline, horrible teaching conditions, therefore horrible learning conditions, and yet she's supposed to be some kind of expert. She's one of them. I'd call you one of those educrats. Okay, JB, why don't you position that camera around? Okay, let's hit it on pause real quick, and we'll go to another side of the room, let these other guys have some input. What you want to say to the camera right there? Huh? What you want to say? You better hurry up and say it. I see that Beverly Hall and her folks up in Atlanta seem to be reeling right now. They seem to be on the heels, right? In Atlanta Public Schools.
Exactly. You know, they got that cheating going on, which we have always said that APS has always been cheating.
Well, for years. Under the Hall administration, it looked like it was just part and parcel of the administration was cheating going on.
Well, you got the GBI and all the schools, and you have now they're talking about maybe they have to pay back some of the money that the federal
all the money they got for these for the federal program for making AYP.
Exactly.
Right now, the Governor Perdue appointed Michael Bowers and a couple other high-profile attorneys to do the investigation. And then Atlanta kept on investigating themselves, but everybody thought it was an interrogation and basically trying to set people up and scare them into saying certain things. So they did a letter of cease and desist Atlanta decided they weren't going to cease and desist. They want to keep on going and investigating, quote, so-called investigating these administrators and or teachers, and they would stand outside the door, like, let them know we're gonna watch what you're saying. But then the judge, the special prosecutors from the governor's office went to the judge, and the judge, I think, handed down a sort of a desist decree, and now they say they're not investigating themselves. But we have a mess in Atlanta, and of course DeKalb County, you know, you got a mess out there too. Of course, we know Clayton County's been a mess for years, 50 million in the hole. But what people don't realize is places like Gwinnett County, Fulton County, Cobb County, same problems in those places.
Exactly.
How many illegal board meetings they have in Cobb County? Wasn't it about 57?
57 illegal.
And Cobb and Mark Elgart with Sachs hasn't done one thing.
Haven't done anything.
Not even gone. My understanding that many people make complaints in Fulton County because he lives in Fulton County, Mark Elgart, right?
That's right.
And about Fulton County, the board members micromanaging, and again doesn't do anything. In fact, I understand that the Harrell guy, 4 or 5 years ago, the appointed superintendent, he stayed like 4.5 months, if that long, because he complained about the micromanaging.
That's right.
But it appears that Mark Elgart just wants to go down like a cafeteria style and pick and choose which school system he wants to mess with, right? Because I've always said, I say it right here again on video that's going to be all over the internet, Mark. Come off Mount Alpharetta up there. I know you apparently think you're the Zeus of correct education in Georgia, right?
Exactly.
And come down off Mount Olympus like Zeus in the old Greek mythology. And I'll debate you anywhere in the state of Georgia, anytime, any place, you name it, about whether or not you apply these standards, these so-called standards at Sachs, even-handedly, or do you apply them in a capricious and arbitrary manner. I say that Sachs is phony as a $3 bill. I think the money-grabbing organization is a self-perpetuating organization. I think his salary is well over $400,000. It was published, I think, in the Atlanta Journal-Constitution over and then with perks and everything, might be up at $500,000 a year. I'm not sure, but you know, it's a private organization. Schools have to pay it money. Schools doesn't have to pay money. It's like you got them held captive.
Exactly.
And if they say, hey, we don't want your accreditation, then it's got some kind of sweetheart deal with the state. Then the kids don't get Hope Scholarship. I'll say this too. It's all Mark Elgart's like that man in the Wizard of Oz behind the machine. You know what? Y'all know more about that. I've never really watched the movie all the way through. I know you're a movie buff, both of you guys. Have you watched the Wizard of Oz? What was that man?
Wizard.
He was the wizard.
He was the wizard. Wizard really didn't have a name. He was just the wizard, but he was behind the.
He was behind the machine. Had everybody scared, right?
Exactly.
Mark Elgart, you ain't ever decertified the school system for like what 2 or 3 months in Clayton County, and then the legislature scrambled to pass something saying, oh, but the seniors, if they graduate, they really can't get the Hope.
Exactly.
Now how you gonna go 41, 42 years, and that Clayton County was the first one in like nearly 40 years, right?
That's right.
So now we'll say 42, 43 years, you haven't decertified the school system as far as accreditation. Now, if everybody's getting accredited, you and I, we work in the school system all over the state. Some of these school systems, they can't get any kind of good housekeeping seal of approval, in my opinion. Right. So corrupt, won't do things right, won't follow the law, and yet with Sachs, they're thumbs up. But I think all of a sudden, I think it's just about money, don't you?
I think so.
You all know about the cheddar, about who's controlling things.
That's right.
If they can control certain board members and stuff.
Yeah.
So, anyway, how do we get on that? We want to plan on talk now. We're going to talk about that 800-pound gorilla, right?
That's right.
Why don't Mark Elgart do anything about that 800-pound gorilla no one talks about?
Well, I think he's scared to go in the jungle.
He's scared to go in the jungle?
Yeah, I think he's afraid to go in the jungle.
You might see one big old elephants like this. We have any lions right here? Yeah, got a lion right here. Yeah. See, you need to go in the jungle. This is really the Palm Tree Lounge we call this right here. But, you know, we're not afraid to deal with that 800-pound gorilla, are we?
That's right.
We can go in there and shoot that gorilla, right? The gorilla's stinking up the whole place. You can't run a good school when you got an 800-pound gorilla out there knocking over all the furniture, knocking over the cut glass, going into the dining hall, and it's destroying the house. And that's what the lack of discipline is doing in our public schools today, is destroying everything.
Exactly. But nobody wants to talk about the true problem of education. That's the discipline.
That's the discipline. No one wants to talk because it's a nasty problem. See now, you like an 800-pound gorilla. You about to knock over this marble top. This is antique right here. You understand? Don't be. What's your daddy believe in?
Discipline.
Okay, you better make sure it's discipline. You okay? All right, man. I like your hair. I think your hair. And you got red hair. I used to have red hair when I had hair. You know
I don't have
that?
red.
It's sort of reddish. I like it like that. All right. They used to tell me I'd rather be dead than red on the head. Right? All right. Over and out.